To my channel, and today's pick a card is going to be about who wants to shoot their shot with you. We're going to explore what they like about you, and we're also going to get a clue card as to where you could meet them and know them. So for you repeat offenders, thank you so much for joining me again. And for the new people stopping by my channel, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope that you find this a warm and inviting place. So without further ado, this is pile 1 or group 1, pile 2 or group 2, and pile 3 or group 3. I'll meet you there. Hi, pile number 1. Let's get into it. So who wants to shoot their shot with you? We're going to find out. I'm going to put this here just so we can keep an eye on it. All right. So who is it that wants to shoot? Oh my God, you were kidding me. Jumpers already. Want to shoot their shot? Who wants to shoot their shot with you? That's not easy to say when you've gotten like 3 hours of sleep, and here we are. Right away, I just got a jumper card. I got this. It's a King of Wands, but it came out upside down. So in its negative aspect, as far as I'm concerned, this is a king who doesn't really value or take care of his possessions. Somebody who could be a taskmaster, somebody who's like my way or the highway in the highest form. A little bit like the Emperor vibe, okay? So we're going to look at this as well. It could be just a lot of ego going on there, and I don't like that personally, but who else wants to shoot their shot with you from our pile number 1? Let's find out. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm reading energies. It could be male, female, entirely up to you. We do not discriminate. We are an equal opportunity offender around these places. So with the Queen of Pentacles right here, I have somebody who has longevity in mind, somebody who's really stable. Financially, they could have a lot of different things going on. They could have their own businesses as well. But this is someone who doesn't like to waste their time. They don't like to waste their money. This could be somebody who really dresses with a high quality fabric type thing, not flashy. They don't buy things that are flashy necessarily. They buy quality over quantity. This is someone who's going to take you out to dinner and have like a really nice meal versus take you out every weekend to some inexpensive like local watering hole. So they're all about quality, all about family, longevity, thinking about also what's going to help grow their assets. And they're always, I feel like I heard like rainbows, so they could be, I don't know, queer, LGBTQ, any of those things, gay, bisexual, whatever. But they could also be somebody who is really chasing and dreamy, a little bit like somewhere over the rainbow mindset, and then they really reel themselves in with what are the facts of life, facts of life. So that's what I'm getting about that. Who else wants to shoot their shot with you? Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the coming together, okay? So this card, the cards that I pulled for the pile selection, actually this one came out as a jump card, and I just thought, you know what, we're going to go with it. So with the coming together, this is somebody who definitely has you in mind, who wants to have something of quality, okay? So far, all these people on the board are thinking they would like to have quality with you. They view you as being abundant. I see the number 8. They could be a little bit obsessive about you, by the way. What else do we have? Yeah, this person, they want to come forward like really fast, and say they want to get into your energy. They don't want to like play around. They want to shoot their shot before somebody else does, and they miss out. And we always wonder, it's like, where are these people? Like, if they're out there, where are they? But think about it. Like, how many times do we think about doing things and we just don't act on it? We live largely in a world that's in our brain, unfortunately. So, anyways, this person does really think about, in these people, more than one, obviously, think about what it would be like to even have a family with you, to come together with you, to mesh families together. What it would be like to kiss you. They think about your lips and how sensual you are. And they obsess over that, like where they would put their lips and how you would use your lips. And you might have really beautiful, luscious lips, or you might wear a lipstick that brings a lot of attention to that area. What else can we know? I think that they get a little bit hot when they think about you, okay? Like they burn. They literally burn from the inside out. So I think that's really cute. I think it's fun. I feel like a flirty, but I feel like a shy vibe for the most part. Like this one's like, let's go, let's get it in. And this one's like, I would like to, have something stable, but I'm going to watch you for a while. And then this one's like, come with me. I'm going to drag you by the hair. I'm just kidding. But something to that effect. Okay. So let's look, what else do they like about you? Okay, we're gonna find out what these people like about you. So for pile number one, what do they like about you? Pile number one, let's find out. They like how you can juggle things, how you can make things happen. They see that you're busy. You might have more than one job, by the way. And so they could see that perhaps you are somebody who you like to show off a little bit. It's like, yeah, you can burn the candle at both ends, and then what? And burn your candle too. So it's a little bit of that vibe of you're a go-getter, a trailblazer. They really enjoy that about you. You might be in marching band. You might be, I don't know, into dance or ballerina, or into those horses that really like to do paso fino, like I don't know what it's called. It's horses that lift up their legs straight up and down. They're like short horses. They're beautiful. So you might be into something like that. You might play basketball or be into basketball, or like to attend games or baseball. Anything like that is also featured here. I feel like you're athletic, or they view you as athletic. They like your legs. You have some juicy legs. What else do we like about you? Pile number one. Let's find out. As I throw my cards everywhere. Queen of Materials. Look, Queen of Pentacles, once again, they are like, you know what? I see you and you are very similar to me. Like, you have the ability to make thousands out of a dime. You are abundant. You flourish. Whatever you do it with a mindset of it's going to grow, and I'm going to invest until it grows. You have the ability to have that Midas touch. Whatever you touch does grow. And we love that about you. Another thing that we love about you is your sassiness. You have a lot of spunk, a lot of sass. I heard a lot of ass. Okay, that's for some of you. You could be somebody who is defiant, who is maybe a little bit short and has that stereotype of, okay, mess with a short person, you know what you get. That kind of a vibe, okay? But you are all heart chakra, like you are super loving, and they understand and see that about you. But they love how at times you could be really defiant. You could take people to task. You don't care how big that Goliath is. They're going down if they mess with you. And they love that spunk about you, okay? So what else is it that we love about pile number one? Now, I just had the thought of pile number two in my mind, so there might be something in there for you. Who knows? If you feel led, great. We don't judge around here. So what else do we like about pile number one? Let's find out. Eight of Voices. You know what? You're really cerebral. You have the ability just to meditate. What is that word? Remunerate. I don't even know my vocabulary, people, but you know more than I do. So you know the word that I'm talking about. So you have the ability to really kind of focus on things, but then you get a little bit lost in your head. So it could be like you overthink, and they're amazed at how deep you can actually go. Oh my goodness, I said that. So, like the depth of your knowledge, the depth of your wisdom, and they know that you put a lot of mental agility, mental effort, mental resources into thinking things through. You don't do anything lightly, my friends, okay? I'm trying to figure out how to get on camera all of the cards, but here we are. So, yeah, but they could see you as getting a little bit stuck every now and then. And I think that that really is alluring because it's like, okay, you're all that. I mean, you are. Your name could be Rose, Rosa, Rosalia, Rosalinda. Um, you could like making rosettes, or your last name could be Rosette. You could grow flowers. You could be a master gardener or an amateur gardener that just really loves flowers. You could love buying yourself flowers, things of this nature. Flowers can be really significant. Coming together is something that they would just love to do. And I feel like this person would like to have some babies with you, or throw in their lot with you if they're already established and have a family and they're divorced, for example, or have baby mama somewhere else and that didn't work out. They would just like to establish something solid with you. So they definitely see themselves coming together with you. Also, they see the stork as like delivering, I couldn't even say that word, delivering love. So I think that's really cute. So this person is romantic. I think they do fantasize quite a bit about you. I think that they think about your breasts and they wonder, you know, like how they look without your bra, that kind of a thing. And so if you have like a lot of lift or whatever, but I think that they're not thinking, oh, or her boobs sagging or anything like that. They're just thinking, I just want to see her. I just want to see her boobs. I want to see what they look like because they look great while they are clothed. Okay. So we are curious about those things. I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way so we can take a look next at a clue card. Now, this was a trick question or a trick, I don't know, not even a question. But part of the clue card is going to be coming together. So I feel like this person or these people, you could have met them before. You could have attended like family get-togethers. You could have had something in common to where you were in the same space with them as well. And so I think that there's a genuine affection. I think some of you guys have had this one person that's had a crush on you for a long time. That would be the Pentacle. And you have two really solid, not offers, but people that want to shoot their shot with you, okay? Another clue card, please. I would like a clue card for my pile number 1. Let's find out. Okay, so this Knight of Materials. Again, this is somebody who could live in the desert, who could do some gardening themselves, who could be into cacti, which is kind of a weird way of putting it, but really they could be even a gardener and growing baby cacti and selling it. I mean, I don't know. But this could be somebody who could be even prickly, apparently, like a little bit feeling crusty a little bit on the outside. Like, yeah, a dry sense of humor, or they put on that facade that they're not all, you know, that they're not sprung. I'm sorry, but that's just the words that I'm getting. If you guys don't use that anymore, my apologies, but here we are. So I do feel like even though it's a Knight of Materials, they want to come at you fast, and no pun intended. So this person could have been like, for example, you could have been in a parade with them, or been responsible for a parade or some kind of a luau or some kind of a party or festive party where you guys made or had these kind of like flowery necklaces, okay? Anything working together. They could work at Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that you frequent, so that is another possibility. They could be in track or anywhere that you maybe go running, exercise, jogging, the gym, things like that. They could be somebody also at your bank who you frequent if you go make deposits for a business and things like that as well. And they're taking a higher perspective. They do look at things from an aerial point of view, not like landlocked point of view. So this is a person, maybe they're a pilot. Maybe they work with satellites or NASA or engineers or something to do with astronomy or astrology, something that's higher than like a regular building. Okay, so I would feel, or maybe, is it arborist? Okay, that could be a thing. And so maybe you would hire somebody to take care of your trees, or they come and they're taking care of the grounds and they own the company. I don't know, but these are all possibilities, okay? But I feel like they could also even have like a long, slender neck. One more card for my pile number 1. Let's find out. The Page of Material. They really think about what it would be like to come forth with you. They feel like you are really beautiful, graceful, and maybe you wear dresses, and they love how feminine you are, regardless of whether you wear dresses or not. And if you are a male, they love how like in touch with your femininity, how you're not afraid to be who you are. If it's gay, LGBTQ, they love the whole how you're sassy and sachet. Okay, so maybe your name is Sasha, Sachet, or I heard Sancho. For some of you guys, this could be somebody that they think about. Maybe you could have a Sancho. They're thinking along those lines, but they really want to grow with you. They understand that in order to put the effort through to you, it's going to be well worth it because you bloom just really beautifully, and in their eyes you are perfect. So that was totally corny, but that's what I heard. You're welcome. If you like this kind of reading, please do smash that like button, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you whenever I see you. Thank you so much, and namaste. Hi, pile number 2. Who wants to shoot their shot with you? Let's find out. So right here, I'm going to use this as an anchor card. The anchor card that we have is education. So I feel like you could be an educator or going to extended education. You could be in high school or any school. Really, you could be self-taught and taking classes online, courses online, things like that. And this could be a mentor, a tutor. That is a possibility as well. This could be someone. I feel like this is more of where are you going to meet them or know them? Where do you know them from? Okay. So this, I think it's a crane. Is it a crane? Well, anyways, I'm thinking Ukraine as well. So maybe somebody could be from the Ukraine, or you're studying about Ukraine. I don't know. It could be something like that. But I feel like education is something that would be important, that would draw you guys together. And that's where you would know them from, pile number 2. Now, I'm looking at the number 35, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that would also lead to like numerologic. I can't say this word. Numerologically. Oh my goodness. In numerology, let's say it that way because I can't say the real word. That would be about abundance. And so that's about abundance, about repetition, about kind of maybe you're going back to school, back and forth. Maybe they see that you just kind of go back at it again, that kind of a thing. So this could be somebody that you encounter and run into a little bit like over and over again throughout your travels in life, right? This could be also somebody who this is for like one person maybe, really enjoys marionette, like has weird hobbies, those wooden dolls that have those strings and you can make them talk and sometimes they're really creepy, that kind of a thing. They could be from the Ukraine themselves, but I feel like even being well-read, well-versed in education is an important thing. So this person could feel even that you guys are really educationally on an equal platform. Okay, so they're not smarter than you and vice versa. And I really like that about you, that you are a learner, that you are an evolver. I just made up a word. One thing I want to point out is that I was looking at this dice. I just got them yesterday and I was all stoked because, yay, we're going to do something a little bit different. I love different with all my reads, if you can't tell. And I'm looking for the number 2 so that I can actually set it aside here. And that would be my anchor in case I drift and forget what pile number I'm doing, which has never happened before, by the way. Wink, wink. And lo and behold, I have a blank place right here. I do not have a number 2. And I feel like what your person is saying, you know what, there's no one else on my radar. Like, I want to shoot my shot with you. I'm looking at you. Like, you're my person. And so that's the vibe that I'm getting, but I'm also getting, I'm not going to be number 2. Like, there is no one else. This person wants to be number 1, and they are definitely scouting things out to make sure that they don't come into second place, that you don't have anyone else on the radar, or potentially that you're not dating or looking at someone else super favorably, so that when they do shoot their shot, that you would have more options than just them. I know it sounds weird, but we do want to play it safe. A lot of us do. We don't want to take our risk with our heart. We don't want to get embarrassed and things like that, even though it's silly. Yeah, that was a kind of vibe that I'm getting. Anyways, moving on. That was your clue card, by the way. So your actual card number 2 is your clue card. Okay. This person can be competitive. They don't want to come in second. They always want to be first. So who is this person, please? More about who this person is. Who wants to shoot their shot with you, number 2? Let's find out. Ooh. Okay, this person is really intellectual, astute. They could be an air sign. They have a lot of confidence in themselves, but don't kid yourselves. I think that their demeanor falters a little bit because they do admire a lot of qualities about you, and it makes them feel a little bit insecure. Like, they're secure until they start thinking, well, does she or he have someone else? Is there someone in the wings that I'm not aware of? Your status on social media could say single, but it's just that you haven't shared that you're connected with anyone else perhaps, and that they're concerned about that. Okay. This person is willing to cut off anything that doesn't serve. So if they see something about you or about them or about the connection that isn't right, they're willing to cut right through that. This person also doesn't mince with words. So I feel like higher vibration, higher education, but also they know that you appreciate someone who comes at you direct and not sideways, that is straightforward with you, doesn't mince with words. This person, again, is a keen observer, connected to the birds. They could be spiritual themselves, okay? Who else wants to shoot their shot with number 2? Let's find out. Okay, somebody who is younger than you, somebody who could be spying on you, somebody who is just like, I feel like this person wants to kind of poke and jab at you, like for fun, a little bit like being in kindergarten when you used to pull the girls' pigtails because you thought it was cute or they were flirting or something like that, before we taught children that that's not acceptable. Okay, that was my day. But I want to say this person could like really tease you mercilessly and seem like they're on the attack. And so when you find out, this is a different person, by the way, when you find out they actually like you, it's a little bit of a shock because you're like, why would they be so hurtful or try to get under my skin or be so mean? It could be perceived that way because I feel like you have a very gentle spirit. This person's like, needle, needle, needle. Let me get a rise out of you. Let me see. Poke, poke, poke. Okay. 18 and up. So this person can even be thinking like, I just want to get it in. I want to see if she'll sleep with me, that kind of a thing. So you have different energies here. You attract different demographics, different people of different walks of life, okay? What else do we have here? Who likes my pile number 2 and wants to shoot their shot with you? Let's find out. Okay, the Queen of Wands. Again, we're reading energy. We're not reading sex, although we are reading sex, and so much is what they like about you. Okay, that was not confusing at all. You're welcome. So I'm going to say this person, this particular Queen of Wands, this person, male, female, I don't care, is going to be really a luxury lover. That sounded really awkward. But they really love quality. They are fiery in nature. They could be a boss. They could be a trailblazer. They could have innovative ideas and go after those. They could really, I heard internet, some of them are selling things on the internet or reinventing themselves or creating a lot of things online for you and I to consume, such as like workshops or physical things that you can buy, things of that nature. They could really be into, I heard cosplay, so I love her crown right here. I want one. If you guys want to donate one, please donate one. I'm just kidding. I love this. Look at this. Okay, so follow your intuition. You have someone else. Also, I'm going to kind of crown this little mug right here because he would bother me. He or she would bother me with that little nitpicky attitude. So we also have the High Priestess as somebody who is really connected with spirit, somebody who you could have a lot of spiritual conversations with, and that's how you could meet them as well, or could know them or of them. And this could be online or in person, but they're spiritually in tune. They could be a mentor to a lot of people. They could have their own channel. They could be somebody who is a counselor by nature. They could have a lot of balance between themselves. Their positive and negative polarity is totally balanced. They could have long dark hair. They could really love the color blue. They could be really connected to water and the moon cycles. They could be a channeler as well. Now, this is for one of you maybe. They could work, this is kind of weird and I hope nobody gets scared, but I feel like even a person here that works on performing exorcisms for other people. I know that's like extreme, but that's what I heard and that's what I saw in my mind. So they're not afraid of like the underworld or confronting darkness and dealing with that in that way. I'm getting a lot of activity in my crown chakra. This person is connected to spirit and they understand that everything in life essentially is a spiritual battle of sorts. Okay, so one more about who wants to shoot their shot with you. Let's find out. The King of Wands. You have a lot of people here. Okay, granted, I chose to pull it, but I was led to. So I have the King and Queen of Wands. I feel like you have a lot of different, even sexes, like wanting you. They want to shoot their shot with you, even if you are not interested in like bisexuality or people that are androgynous or non-binary or any of those things, or queer, LGBTQ, I don't know, or trans even. I feel like you do have people of both sexes that really stand into attention. They snap into attention, okay? When you walk in the room, when they think about you, you are some way, somehow in their radar. Now, for some of you guys, you know this person because you go to the range, the gun range, or you attend classes like archery, or you teach them yourselves. You belong to a rifle club or anything of that nature, okay? This would have to do with precision, anything that has to do with things that are precise. Maybe you're trying to hone your skills. Maybe you're taking medic classes in order to know how to pack a wound properly, how to tie a tourniquet so that even though it looks good on the outside, it's actually functional and effective. Okay, moving on. So, what do they like about you? What is it that is your alert? I feel like you're a really strong and intellectual person. We talked about the smarts. What else do we like about you? The Knight of Inspiration. You go after what it is. Like, you have a lot of fire within you. You could be a fire sign. You could be seen as fiery. You're constantly on the move, constantly on the go. You are a go-getter. You don't wait for things to come to you necessarily. Like, you're doing your own thing. You study and then you do. You study and then you do. Things of that nature. And we like that. There's a little bit of like, whoa, I singed. I got too close to the flame. I got too close to the sun and I got burned. It's almost like you're willing to try and take risks. and go after things that people think, wow, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. You're not qualified. Maybe you should leave that to the professionals. That's my personal favorite. How condescending is that? But I'm going to say that your person doesn't view you, obviously, like that. And I feel like when they're around you, even though there's so much activity within you, they feel like time stands still, by the way. I think that also they love about you is that you don't give an F what people think. You do you. And that's a lot of confidence. It's working from a place of power and authenticity, and we love that. Pile number 2, what do we love about you? The Chariot, you're a mover, a hustler, a shaker. So you operate a lot from the solar plexus, and this is all about what is it that really causes a fire and a passion in you. So we don't think that you're necessarily going after money or going after your passions, your desires, what makes you wake up in the morning and feel like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do that. So some of you guys, for example, if you're into knitting or sewing or splicing fabric and creating something totally different, I know it sounds weird, but it could happen. If you're into soldering or claymation or whatever it is that makes you tick, they love how you run with it, how you gather all of your resources, intellectual resources, monetary resources, creativity is also a resource for you. And we love that about you. And so, you know what? We haven't even touched upon the body yet. This is all like energy and spiritual. We love how introspective you are. We love, again, how time, I still get this thing of time standing still. So it could be that you even feel like you're in suspended, almost like in the eye of a storm, like time stands still, or things slow down around you when you're in the same room together, I also feel like maybe you could have weathered a couple of storms together, and they're privy to a little bit more than your average person would be. But I don't feel like you've ever dated. None of these people feel like past people to me. You could live somewhere where it's foggy. You could like to drink London fog. I heard London fog tea. Or London fog is a beautiful coat manufacturer, I believe. I fell in love with their coats. Oh my God, talk about quality. But anyways, moving on. So what else do we need? What is it that pile number 2 likes about you? Let's find out. The Tower. So you're willing to level things in order, like you're not willing to settle. If something doesn't stand on its own, even if you put a lot of time, effort, energy into it, you're willing to just let it all come crumbling down. You could also be into rocks, into stones, crystals, fossils, minerals, things like that. The Muse of Emotion, okay? And so this is anything, these are your passions that bring you to that point that pull you from the riptide and pull you back on shore. It's like you're willing to go through the depth in order to bring out the best in you, to come out to the other side. You are not a shallow person by a long shot. They could like your shoulders. They could love your hair. They could love how, if you do like the whole messy bun or whatever, or you don't necessarily like obsess over your hair, it has to be every little hairlet, I made up a word, has to be in its place. They could love that about you as well. What else do we love about you? Pile number 2. The Knight of Materials. How you study, and then deploy action. And you think of it, how to turn nothing into money, basically. How to create things from scratch. Create businesses that were not even on the radar. So again, okay, you could have a tie to pile number 1 is the Queen of Material. You could really be sassy, well off by yourself, or simply just take care of yourself really well. I feel like you like quality. You could be Latina, or I don't know, have a little bit darker skin. You could be really in touch with your roots, and they love that about you. You could dress in ethnic clothing. God, that was hard to say. Again, you could have really big earrings. You could be a little bit on the shorter side, or just have like a really big demeanor sometimes of defiancy. Like, I'm going to do it. Don't tell me I can't do it, because that's going to make me do it some more. That kind of a thing. Now, I feel like your person is saying, I love when you wear glasses. So you could wear glasses. You could maybe, I feel like there's a vibe of I hate my glasses. I only wear contacts. What are you talking about? Nobody sees me in glasses. But I feel like these people have seen you in glasses some way, somehow, whether it's online, anything like that. They could really love your eyes, a reference to your eyes. They could love the way that you actually speak with your hands. They could love your hands themselves and how beautiful and graceful they are. But it's more like how you accentuate words or things that you do with your hands subconsciously, okay? And again, you are an incredible thinker. So you're always like thinking about things, and thoughts dance in your head. And I think that comes through somehow with, like, maybe you're like reading a book and then you turn around, you kind of snicker, or you kind of appear to space off and then you just kind of like smile and then move on. It's like you have a world in your mind and they want to be privy to it. We want to be privy to it. Next up, I have the Devil. So this could be a Capricorn, or this could be somebody who really would love to get into your personal space and master you. This is not for everybody. This could be for one or two people. But on the other flip side, this could be what they love about you is that you have the Capricornian energy, that you could be sometimes a little bit stubborn, that you could be a little bit like, I make life my bitch. Sorry about that. But that's what's coming up. You could have really unusual hairstyles, unusual traditions. You could really play close to the flame. So those are things you could have met by a bonfire, at a party, at a cosplay party event, or Comic-Con. I mean, I don't know. There's a ton of things I don't even know about, right? But you could have been exploring volcanoes or gone to Hawaii, things like that, or had an invested interest in like geology. Yeah, or any study that talks about like lava or magma, or this could be talking also about their sexual attraction to you. So I feel like whatever it is, it's, again, this is almost like a puppeteer, wanting to really get in there and control. And this, I mean, this person has wings also. I feel like you're like two different people. You're like super studious and kind of quiet into yourself, and then you're like super sassy and like spunky and fiery, and they're like, what the heck? So you could have also met at a butterfly exhibit or work with butterflies, and I forget the insect world and the correct terminology, but there is one and I used to know it. Apparently today I don't. So these are all things that could be possibilities. They could be a hairdresser. You could be a hairdresser. They could love, I heard the word pompadour, but they could love the way you do your hair. And if for some of you, you met at the gym, like going to boxing classes, boxing course, or kickboxing if that's still around, things of that nature. Or you could be doing like dance and orchestrating dance. But I feel like whatever it is, I feel like you have hobbies that are really like passive, like reading, educating, and then full-on deployment of something kind of a little bit wild and radical, like theater, radical theater, not just gentle, let's just watch the Nutcracker and ballet and things like that. But anyways, these are things that you would know them by. I hope that helped you. Much love to you, and do smash that like button if you like this read. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Namaste. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me. So, you chose the spark. Now, we'll be using this for your clue card as well. So, it's a little bit of a trick that I did for you, or with you, or to you, however you want to perceive it. It was, you know, picking which one you were drawn to, but it's also going to indicate and give us clues about how you're going to meet your person. So, without further ado, here we go. Let's talk a little bit about the spark. So the spark is about creativity, about positivity, about being in the flow. It's the number 34. I always associate number 3s with cooperation, collaboration, creativity, more like the 3 of Pentacles type of a vibe. So for that, I want to say that perhaps you guys could be collaborating on a project together, cooperating together. It could be business, it could be school, anything like that. It could be also where you are learning to play an instrument and they're an instructor, or vice versa, or you're taking instructions online on how to play an instrument. The violin can be a key factor. Okay, for some of you, and this is 18 and up, please. I heard bondage. So for some of you guys, you could be into the BDSM world. A little bit about bondage, a little bit about being tied up, things like that, and feeling those constraints against your skin, and that could be really appealing to you. Maybe you're in the bondage community together, you know one another. For others of you, you're just music lovers, you're into music, you are vocalists, musicians, you play music quite a bit. You could just enjoy playing music, and that could be where you meet this person. So let's move on, okay? But I'm going to tell you that now's the time to listen to your spark, your creativity. What is it that you love? What is it that makes your soul sing? What is it that elevates you into a place of euphoria? Without drugs, folks, yeah, it's possible. But what is that that brings you more to yourself than you ever have before? What is it that you do, that you explore, that you enjoy, that really takes you out of the 3D world and launches you into something completely different? You perhaps lose time. You lose the idea that anything outside of what you're doing is even necessary. Yeah, so losing time can be a factor in this. So maybe some of you guys could work on clocks or repair shops or jewelry shops, things like that, or work on a hobby that has to do with clocks, steampunk, grandfather clocks, cuckoo clocks, anything like that might be of significance, a significant connection. So perhaps you go get a clock repaired or a watch repaired. Any of those things would be pertinent, okay? So let's find out. That was a where. That would be the where in the clue card, okay? Let's find out. Also, watercolors might be, like painting and doing watercolors and things like that might be something for you in there as well. So maybe take a class together, even if it is online. Maybe they're a mentor, master, watercolor, who knows. So, who wants to shoot their shot with you? Pal number 3, let's find out. Knight of Emotions. So this knight is going to come towards you and have a lot of beautiful words to say, and they're going to mean it though. I feel like they've been through the phases in their lives where they know that you can't necessarily pursue love for the sake of love because it just feels good and they're in love with love because that's who they used to be. Who they are now is somebody who's mature, who understands that you have to balance out the 3D world with what is going on internally with them. I see even here, like their staff or whatever this is, seems to be part of the sun. Like they're firm. Where they put their stake is where they are going to, they're going to really want to stake claim to you. Okay. That's what I mean. So I feel like, yeah, the sunrise, sunsets can be a big deal to this person, but this person is a quintessential romantic. They could look a little bit like Elvis Presley or like the music, like Elvis, Or they could even like swing the music, or go swing dancing. This person is, I think, initially kind of quiet about you, but they really have a lot to say. They really have a lot of admiration for you, and a lot of love already. And it's almost like they're half in love with you. This horse is half in water, and they're almost half in love already. So even if you've only seen each other online, it's like their brain has taken flight. This is a knight or a king that fantasizes. It is a knight. Excuse me. So they could be a little bit in their mind, fantasizing about you, wanting to come towards you with thoughts of romance and love. So that is something to consider, male or female. They could have really like a pompadour, old school haircut, old school hairstyle. They could like going to the barber and getting kind of like their hair lined up, or getting a fade, whatever the case may be. They could live up in the mountains or have a connection with mountains, like a mountaineer. Is that a word? Like going on hikes, nature, camping, fishing, obviously horseback riding, any connection to Mother Earth and even to animals is going to be kind of like your clue. So who wants to shoot their shot with you? My pile number 3. Let's find out. Okay, so you have Knight of Pentacles, somebody who wants to observe, somebody who I feel like this one you've known in the past or has known you. They've been on your social media. If you don't even know them in person, they do have emotion for you. They're going to take a look. It could be like 3 months, 3 years they've been observing you. But they're slow to come forward. They're really self-protective. They're rooted. They want to make sure also that this is a sure thing. But they want to explore more about you before they come forward. So they are willing to invest some time, some energy and effort, take you out to a couple of dinners and see if you're compatible. That just jumped out. And I also heard that family tree. So family tree could be something that could be connected to you. So I'm not saying you're related. Chihuahua. Okay, so I'm just saying family tree. So maybe you guys are like exploring genealogy, your ancestry, anything like that. Those topics could be of interest to both of you. Or they could be a researcher, that kind of a thing. They could be researching DNA, or work at a lab, things like that, or own a lab. I don't know. Then you have this Knight of Wands. So this person wants to come at you and come to you kind of like hard and fast. This is an 18 and up. So this person is going to want sex pretty quick. They could just invite you over to Netflix and chill. That's my personal favorite. I'm sorry, I'm being really sarcastic. Yeah. It's not that I mind like having chill dates and literally watching Netflix and chill, but typically the mindset is not about watching a movie and just relaxing. It's about getting it on. And so that's what kind of makes me laugh, because it's like you don't, you're saying one thing but you mean something else, and I don't like that. So that's just me. But if that's your thing, more power to you. Good for you. Okay, so this just jumped out. You could have a lot of battles. You could be into wrestling, into I heard MUA, I'm just gonna say. Or I was thinking personally MMA, but I heard MUA, so here we are. But you could be into makeup, you could be into wrestling, you could be into jiu-jitsu. I probably pronounced that improperly, but so anything where there's a lot of like competition or maybe even struggle. Back in the day, jello fighting, I don't know, mud wrestling, things like that. So you could be a little bit of a scrapper in you, and they could admire that about you, because not only do you have like these fantastical ideas and sparks, and otherworldliness to you, but also you're willing to get down and dirty and you own it. You're like, ain't nobody coming up in this mother, because I invented that. I created that. This is my space. So I feel like you're a little bit like territorial, and they like that about you. What else do we love? about our pile number 3. Why do we want pile number 3? Let's find out. 5 of emotions. So you could also seem like otherworldly and a little bit, a lot of 5s, a lot of changes, a lot of fluctuations. Like you're a different person every time they turn around. They don't know who they're going to encounter. And so for some of you, this is no disrespect, but some of you guys, like especially this night, can see you as being maybe bipolar. And definitely no respect, no shade there. This is their perspective. That is not a fact. Even so, I mean, mental health is a thing. So I do not have a bias against mental health in the least. I just want to say people are just judgmental. So let's keep this all in the frame that it was meant and intended. Yeah, but this person is on dry, crack, parched land. They are thirsty for your attention. So what they see is what they like. All the changes, all the fluctuations, a mixed bag. They don't even know. You could have like a really, I want to say a little bit like a hippie or gypsy spirit in you. And it's a little bit, it takes people off guard and they don't know what to do with that. And so we love that about you. Also, the fact that you are willing to grapple, to get in there and like to even wrestle physically or metaphorically. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I'm taking these, too, because they peeked out. So Muse of Emotion, we feel and we love that you will go through the depth of your emotion and pull out any gem that's required to bring back with you. So maybe you, let's say, kind of get emotional on something that you're creating and you're willing to dive deep, to go in there. If it refers to your childhood, if it has to do with rebirthing, integrating your child self with your adult self, any of those themes could be appropriate. You bring back some newness into that depth of water, maybe something that keeps people in an emotional space and they don't know how to deal with it. You will grapple with it. You'll come to grips with it. You will actually, we love this about you, you'll go down the rabbit hole. You'll look in the mirror. You'll reflect. You'll bring back the mirror. And then you'll see if that's a mirror that you could walk through, like a portal, and transmute and change that. So it's not a painful experience any longer. But, well, maybe it is, but you bring it back to you and it helps to kind of refine who you are today in real time. I hope that made sense. That's for somebody, right? The next thing that we love about you is you could wear glasses. You could wear fashion glasses, meaning no prescription, or you could wear the real glasses and have a dependency on needing eyewear, things like that, or you could wear eyewear as an extension of your fashionista self. We love the way you dress. You could like dressing in undertones, earth tones, being understated, and really like quality of fabric over any prints or bold colors, things like that. So you're all about the subtleties. And we love that about you. In spite of being so like confrontational and like in it like that. Interesting. You're definitely a person to contend with. You're definitely somebody that we look at and one day you could look like, I don't know, like Tank Girl, and the next day you're ready for prom. I mean, things like that. And we love that you do you. You don't use anyone else as a template. You're willing to try it all and embrace it all and have fun with it and not take it all too seriously. You realize that a skirt is a skirt, or maybe it's a sheet is a skirt, right? And you're going to wear it however you damn well please. What else do we love about you? You could have a really sharp hairstyle. You could have dark hair. You could have beautiful legs. They could love your calves, your knees, and your thighs, and like this is 18 and plus, so want to get all up on there. Ace of Inspiration. So we love how your brain works. And even here she has a mask on, so you could even like wearing masks or things like that, just being really different and not being afraid to be who you are. A little bit of cosplay. We feel like you walk through many portals between the other world and this world, and we love that about you too. You're like so mysterious and changing that we can't keep up with you, and we want to try that. What else do we love about our pile number 3? Let's find out. Three materials. So we have a lot of reference. You are pile number three. Three and materials. We've got the three being referenced in your card as well. Your anchor card, that is your clue card. So I feel like even here, this looks like a match, but it can also look like a needle. So it could have been like you will find your person in a way that is through exploring your inner trauma or things that have caused you pain and things like that. And it's a collaboration, it's a cooperation. Maybe you decide to do an expose in book form or in film form or whatever, some creative project type thing. And you are going to braid your talents together, your ideas together, so that you can actually achieve something higher than both of yourselves. So it could be a collaborative effort here. Teamwork makes a dream work, things like that. But we love how you are willing to weave all of the different parts of you into something bigger than we ever would have thought. So we love how different you are. There's no other way to put it. What else do we love about you? I'm not getting a lot of physical characteristics, which is really interesting. Here we are. Okay, here we go. So you could, this is my favorite card of the whole deck, okay? Look how stunning this is. I mean, I want to keep this out all day. Three of emotion. This is celebration. This is offering. I could be offering drinks to one another. It could be going to happy hour. It could be cheering people on happy hour via Skype or whatever the case may be. If you work together, have a class together, things like that. But I feel like you like to wear things that are maybe perhaps form-fitting as well. And you're incredibly stunning when you do. Like you have a beautiful, tight little shape. It's gorgeous. They just think no matter what shape you are, that you accentuate beautifully. And they love how you like to wear maybe a tight top. They like that your shoulders show. They like that you wear that indigo blue and really dark lipstick. You could be like literally a fashionista or someone who loves couture fashion, who makes their own fashion. They love your... I heard backsplash. Don't know what that is for. Maybe you went to Home Depot, met somebody or something. I don't know. But they love the way that you dress and how you pop. You pop above and beyond anyone else. I just like that. I love that card for you. And so you're just mysterious, alluring. I feel like you're really connected to your emotions, to spirit as well. You have a connectivity. Like you can also be an empath, and they could love that about you. You could have different unicorn hair. You could have blue hair. You could have even purple, magenta hair, or a combination thereof. And you look like an artist. And the best thing about you also is that you go after your solar plexus. You're like led by your solar plexus. What it is that you love about life, you go after it with like abandon and joy. And you could have many different interests, which would kind of explain a lot of like your different looks or your different talents or your different abilities. But in the end, you, my friend, weave everything so beautifully together that it's unmistakable. Like you have a signature and a stamp wherever you go. You're iconic within your community, within your friend. I heard friend zone. Some people feel friend zoned by you within your friend circle. Within the people that look to you online and don't even know you, you're definitely iconic, and your signature stamp, whatever it is that you do, is woven with all the different parts of you that are so different. It's unmistakable you. Excuse me. So I just want to thank you for joining this pick a card. If you like this pick a card, please do give me a like, thumbs up, leave a little comment in the section below for me, and much love to you. Namaste.